EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air. These folks are ready, and we are underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Four down, four down. Ready, we're ready. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Hey, Tuesday.
On first down, Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Double tight. Hey, we got three down. Ready, back 25.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
4 down, blue 80.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Watch tight end's right. Blue 80. Hey, 4 down. Right. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. Touchdown, Falcons! Julio Jones, 77 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Double tight. 3 down.
The hot! 180!
Motion, 89.
Rhino!
The first carry down for Dalvin Cook. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Spurs!
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Play action now. Cousins. On the crossing route, complete. It's Morgan. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
3 down.
A first down throw for Cousins. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Morgan. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Ready. We're ready.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
21.
26, check 26.
Wide, 21.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Not my house. Not my house.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Double tight.
Blue 80. White 25.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby. High five. Let's go.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Service the club level, and thus only guests holding a club level ticket may utilize the escalators.
Let's go. Gun.
We got tight left. 4 down.
Ready. Blue 80. 21.
Mike 54.
Hey, we got to get Blue 80.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. There's Sanu on the catch. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes in that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but, boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Gun. 39.
Watch 54.
Ready, go.
Now Ryan on 1st down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Right. Watch tight end.
Ready. Blue 80.
Four down, four down, four down.
21.
Switch. Check 31, check 31.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Gun.
We got four.
Ready. Blue 80.
He's coming. Double up.
Gun. Hey, wait.
Check.
11.
Check.
Hey, gun.
Check.
Hey, wait.
Check. Hot.
Gun.
Hot. Mike's 5'4",
You're not hot.
Throwing again, Ryan. Going for it all. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
The Falcons is lined up for the kickoff. Number 31, back deep to return.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. For the Minnesota Vikings, earlier you and I were breaking down Kirk Cousins' season and the disappointment there, but they go from 13-3 to 8-7-1, and this was a team that many thought off that 13-3 season were Super Bowl contenders. What happened?
I think they struggled with Kirk Cousins meshing in as their new starting quarterback. Their offensive line had its share of troubles up front. Couldn't keep Dalvin Cook healthy as their lead runner. But the defense, even though the numbers were good at the end of the year, they struggled throughout as well. They had some games where they gave up some big plays. Remember the Rams game earlier in the season? The Packers game that was a tie, I think the second game of the year. So all in all, they could just never get that consistency and cohesiveness that they had in 2018. But it's a team that's not very far away. They can bounce right back into the playoffs in this upcoming year.
Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Strong right.
I'm on. To hard. Hey, check Mike 45.
Working out of the gun. Cousins. Flush to his right. And he's able to find Diggs. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Let's go.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
To hard.
45.
Black.
Mike, 45.
First down. Here's Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
Let's go.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, Cook. And he stopped immediately there.
Here we go.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Hey, Oscar!
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brooks Reed
Yellow.
able to get in there and drop him behind the line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Ready? White 25.
Hey, we got 3. 3 down.
21.
Check 24. Check 24.
Wait. 21.
To throw is Ryan. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th, youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play, but to me it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Will that game experience come into play at all? But I do like this about Sean McVay. Raised in the game, raised up through the NFL system, no matter how young he might be. Remember, his grandfather was a head coach and a GM in the league. He gets it. He understands. I highly expect the moment to be just fine for him and not too big.
Space.
Alert. 3 down.
11.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
22.
Out.
Gun. Hey, express. Right.
I'm coming after you.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Let's go.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Gun.
They come out here in the eye.
Mike 25.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
54, Sam.
Come on, D. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll look to run and frame him. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
got it.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4th down territory.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bryant's kick is good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Tackle made by Bruce Carter. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because
he's got a man complete and all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Hey, we're good.
A huge play there. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph. 52 yards.
3 down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
All right, now here we go.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
180. Pacer.
2nd down, Cousins. Flushed out right. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Lucky 48.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
We got 3, fellas.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Man left. Hey, we got 3 down.
They run it again with Cook. Fights through him, and now running right through him. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
we go, oh.
Double tight. Double tight. Odd.
Say hi.
They run it for the first time with a backup
Here they come,
Murray.
here they come, here
And
they
he'll
come.
get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Bailey got the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10.
Minnesota is lined up for the kickoff. Number 25, ready to return.
Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They run. Devontae Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Gun.
Alert flare.
Wide, 25.
This looks like a free play for Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Is considered unruly or illegal in nature. Tickets will be revoked without refund, and individuals will be escorted from the stadium.
Let's go.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8.
Gun. Ah, 25.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
4 down. Check.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Odd.
Ready to go. Black 25.
24's on the move. Check 50.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Let's go.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Ready. Blue Blue 80. Let's go.
Five down. Stand up in.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. Blue 80, sit down.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Get
The
up.
4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's where you belong.
Space. Tight left. Blue 80.
Hey, switch gears.
Wait. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan.
Let's go.
Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th.
Game day giveaway. Our winner is sitting in Section 3, row 37, seat 8. You're the lucky winner of a new car.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
To the Superleague shop on the lower level after
Ready. Flag 23.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the...
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Daniil Hunter. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. From midfield now, here's Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Ready. Blue 80.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Hey, take your soft self back to huddle. Soft self back to huddle.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Ready. White 25.
3 down. Hey, check.
Gun.
55's mine, guys. 55.
39. Hey, express.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes.
Hey, let's go.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Tight end to the left. Tight end left.
Space. 22.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4
20. Hey, Tuesday.
From the gun, Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Hey, we're good,
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Bandit.
The hot. 180.
Kill, kill, kill. Check three, check three, check three. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Watch twist, watch twist.
The hot. 180.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Escape, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Crash.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
The hot.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to look.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
11. Ready. Ready, blue 80. Wide 25.
Ryan to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Ready. Back 25.
We got 4.
20. Left.
Kill.
Hey, rip lance. Go!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
Ready. Back 25.
Ryan wants to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Let's go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Ready? Blue 80. Hey, Tuesday. Right? Check the backer. Go!
Hey, watch Sam. Check
Now
right,
flags
54,
will come
right,
in. I think
54.
this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line
11.
of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the
25.
neutral zone infraction.
Shift.
21. Hatch it. Go!
Here's Ryan. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 19 yards away. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Touchdown, baby! Touchdown!
Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2.
Tight end left. Ready? Blue 80. 5 down. Stand up in.
Ryan will throw again. And this one's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Hey, number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike.
Let's go. Single.
Cousins now to throw on first down. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Move.
From the gun, here's Cousins.
Blitz.
The left side caught by Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Cousins on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
3 down.
Cousins again. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
Tight end's right.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5.
Minnesota will be kicking off. Number 25, back deep to return.
Bailey Riley now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory.
3 down. Ready? We go.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
Double tight.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.